Well, it looks like winter's finally over. You can put the snowshoes away and take the bubble foil off the outhouse toilet seat.
Jeepers, it's only 29 degrees out.
Well, maybe we'll keep that bubble foil there a little bit longer. Well, hey everyone. I didn't get a video posted last week because we had a stretch of absolutely beautiful weather. We had blue skies and bright sun and temps in the 80s. And there was no way that I was going to sit indoors with my face in the computer at times like that. It felt so wonderful after such a long winter with deep snow like we had. But what we did do, though, is we got over to the other project, to the garage project that I had shared with you in the past, and got back to work and made some great accomplishments over there. And I'll be bringing you up to speed with that project in the near future. One of my recent videos, you saw where I was out in the woods setting up my trail cameras. Well, that didn't work out quite as I had hoped, but that's the way it goes. I did get some footage, which I'm going to share with you in a minute. When I was setting up those cameras, I had worked real hard at getting them pointed just right. But at the time, we had 30 inches of snow, all right? And nothing visited the cubby until, I think, the 10th of April. And I was out there on the 12th or the 13th checking them. So when I set the cameras up, they were pointing at a certain depth, and then the snow went down, and what visited the cubby was a fissure, which I knew would come, but now the camera was pointing over his head. So most of the cameras didn't get much action, but I did get a little bit of footage of a fissure. Now, this was a nice male fisher. He came and had a nice meal for himself with the chicken scraps that I had left in the cubby. As you can see, he's got a buggered up paw. He was limping with one paw, which most likely the injury was sustained by a porcupine quill or quills that got embedded in his paw. I say that because fishers are notorious for their ability at killing porcupines, and a lot of states will live trap them and introduce them to an area without fishers just because of their ability at killing them. Fishers can get out underneath the belly of the porky where there's no quills and attack them from there, where other animals like dogs or coyotes will just get a mouthful of quills. Now, at the time that I was setting the cameras, you saw where I was pointing some of them away from the cubby, and I told you that these were being set for fox and coyote, that the canines would be attracted by the scent of the bait that I put inside the cubby, but they're too cautious to approach it. Well, I did get a couple of coyotes. You can see how cautious they were. They didn't come anywhere near the cubby, and they skedaddled as soon as the cameras came on. Now, what I didn't get and was really hoping for was close-up footage of a bobcat, but no bobcats came to visit the cubby. When I was checking the cameras that day, it was the 12th or the 13th, and I saw all those tracks in the snow, and I figured my SD cards were probably full, so I gathered up all of my cameras, not knowing that nothing had visited the cubby until the 10th. Here's a whole bunch of coyote track here, right there. The cubby is right there. Oh. We got some coyote on camera. And it's all breaking up here, but there's still patches where it's deep. And once I get into the spruce over there, it'll be real deep, and I'll probably be sorry I didn't bring my snowshoes. Tough going. Oh, I should have put the snowshoes on. There's a coyote track right there. I don't doubt I have some of those on the camera. Okay, so there's the cubby. Camera right there. One right here, one right there, Another one right over there. Looks like there's been some activity. Something was here probably this morning. See, it slid down here. Another track there. Yeah. There's fresh tracks right there. Now that track right there, this is pretty firm. It kind of has the shape more of a fisher than a coyote, but it may just be his approach, where he didn't go down, he went in like that, so I can't see his nails. But he'll be on the camera. So, now critters are visiting it and there was no cameras out there, but that's the way it goes. When I have some time, I'll rebait the cubby, put the cameras back out again, but now there's no snow to interrupt the sets. My other set, where I had put the dead chicken up on a post that was about 6 foot tall, I got out there and I saw scratch marks on the post and the chicken was gone, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna have fantastic footage here. I had cameras on trees near it, but the critter not only climbed up to get the chicken, but before he did that, he climbed up the other trees and he knocked the cameras out of position, and I got absolutely zilch at that location. Running trail cams is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Well, my friends, I can't tell you how good it feels to be out here having bare ground beneath my feet and be prepping the garden. It was a long winter and it felt like spring would never come. You know, in a lot of ways it was the easiest winter that we've had up here. We would get snow, and then the snow would go away for the most part, and we were able to drive the Jeep up here for, you know, maybe a week or so, and then we get more snow and go back to ATV and snowmobile travel, but then we'd be able to drive up again. Until the calendar said it was spring, and then we got dumped on, and winter came fast and furious. One storm, 14 inches of snow, a week later, over 40. Yeah, it was nuts. And just a couple weeks ago, down here in the garden, I was walking on snow, and a lot of snow. I'd walk right over these raised beds. But I think spring is finally here, man, and it feels wonderful. We're way behind on everything with the garden. I haven't started any seeds in the greenhouse yet or anything. But for the last 2 years, I've started a little bit too early anyway. So we're going to get some seeds prepped today. I'm going to work out here. And I just got to tell you, it's just wonderful. More fun. You know it goes. Eat what you want, and then goof off for the rest. Oh, we put it back in the garden. Right. They don't care. They've seen her nonsense before.
Frankie and the boss out walking in the woods, living life happy and free. Tracks in the snow everywhere they go. There's a pokey way up in that tree. A beaver built a pond where they have some fun, taking life a day at a time. Best friends until the end. Frankie and the boss. Frankie and the boss. Frankie and the boss.